Hey, me and Matt here, and this is SummerSlam 1992, and this will be the first and only time that SummerSlam is going overseas. They went to Wembley Stadium in London, England, or yeah, I think it was in London, England, anyways. And it's just a shame that that's the only time that we'll see a major pay per view of the Big Four in a foreign city. I keep saying, have bring it back. Go back to England. Go back and just have these good matches in Wembley Stadium. Or hell, why don't we go to the Tokyo Dome in Japan? Let's have a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam at least in overseas. Let's do that because it's always in the United States. It's rarely in Canada. I know we just had Survivor Series in Toronto, but the fact of the matter is we have to have a big pay per view over in Europe or fuck even Japan. But anyways, SummerSlam '92, and this was the starting point to me watching it, and I remember the vignettes. I remember liking the British Bulldog for obvious reasons. I'm a big dog person, so for some reason I like the British Bulldog. Surprisingly enough, I wasn't a big Bret Hart fan. However, I think that this match that we're gonna see is pretty cool. It's got two main events, and the one that should have, you know what, the one that should have been on, you know, for obvious reasons. But yeah, let's begin. So we had Jim Duggan who took it, or yeah, Jim Duggan and the Bushwhackers who defeated the Mountie and the Nasty Boys in a six-man tag match. This was a dark match, so this wasn't televised, obviously, but this is a good kickoff. Again, beautiful outdoors, you know. And that's another thing, too. That's just the only time, to my knowledge, anyways, that SummerSlam was outdoors. If you're gonna have a SummerSlam, have it outdoors because it's the summer. What can I tell you? But not only was this the first and only foreign wrestle, or this not only was this the first foreign SummerSlam or foreign Big Four pay per view, but it was outdoors. I mean, WrestleMania is outdoors most of the time now, anyways. WrestleMania 8 was kind of sort of outdoors. Um, but, anyways, nonetheless, we head to the pay per view. We had Papa Shango, who defeated Tito Santana. This was Papa Shango's first pay per view. He came by at the end of WrestleMania 8. Always a good wrestler. Uh, and as a little boy, and I wasn't trying to be racist, but I had no idea that he was black. Anyways, well, even with the makeup. But yeah, this was another dark match. What the fuck? So yeah, there you go. Two dark matches. Papa Shango defeated Theo Matador, anyways. Then we get to the pay per view, and we had Mean Gene Okerlund introduce the Legion of Doom, who came back and cut a big promo with Paul Ellering. And they went on to defeat Money Inc. So, like I said in the last pay per view, Owen Shyster made his debut in the WWF. And now, him and the $1 Million Man are a tag team. So this wasn't for the WWF Tag Team titles, but this was still a good show. It's good to see Legend. It was good to see the Legion of Doom back, especially with Paul Ellering in the Puppet Rocker. Then we had Nails versus Virgil. Nails came in as a convict character, if you will. There was the whole Nails versus Big Boss Man thing that happened. You had this match was cool though. Virgil and Nails was always. I mean, apparently he had a heated thing with Vince, and that's why he left shortly after. But Virgil was also underrated in WWE as well. But anyways, he got defeated by Nails, so there you go. Nails, and it's a shame too because Nails never really got a title opportunity, or if he did, he never had a title run or anything like that. So again, a very good feud with Big Boss Man. And then we had Shawn Michaels making his singles debut, or his second singles man, in the big pay-per-view of SummerSlam. It was Shawn Michaels who defeated Rick Martel. Well, actually, this was a no contest, which I always fucking hate. Well, anyways, they had a big feud. This was going back and forth. Who was more arrogant, I guess. And obviously, Shawn Michaels was fucking arrogant back then. And I wasn't a huge fan back then either. So it's like, okay, well. And then you got the model like Martel, who always carried around his perfume thing. Yeah, he was pretty cool. I kind of miss him, actually. And we get the WWF Tag Team Championship match, the Natural Disasters, and they defeated the Beverly Brothers, Paul and Blake, with the Genius, Lanny Powerful by their side. Again, I really enjoyed the Natural Disasters. They finally get the Tag Team Championship, and at this one, they're the champions, and then defeating the Beverly Brothers. Very good match indeed. So, these guys had a feud with Money Inc. They went back and forth, which was very awesome. But yeah, very cool to see these guys. And then we had Crush, who defeated Repo Man, and another guy who passed away too soon. Always think Crush was good, even though he never had a title, a championship. He was still a good wrestler, even though, yeah, you'd say that with Repo Man, but Repo Man, the guy, can't remember his name, was also in Demolition, and he was a tag team champion too, so still, this was a good match. And it's too bad that Crush is gone, But anyways, another two people who are gone was the co-main event. Or I believe it was the co-main event. It's the Ultimate Warrior and Randy Macho Man Savage. Two very cartoonish, charismatic wrestlers. They went at it at WrestleMania 7 when Savage was the Macho King. Just to see these guys again. And I remember the interviews they'd done. So, it was a double count out. It was a count out where Ultimate Warrior won the match, but he didn't win the WWF title. So that was a shame, but again, that's the way it is. They shook hands and stuff like that afterwards because they were both faces, but yeah, so this. Even though Warrior won, he didn't win the title. Undertaker, who defeated Kamala, and this was by disqualification. as well. So, you know, Kamala's theme music really scared the shit out of me. Still kind of does, actually, but, you know, two really cool wrestlers with scary gimmicks in a way, like the Ugandan giant who wore this mask thingy with the scary face, you know. It's like crazy, right? So that was a point where it also scared the shit out of me. So Undertaker was on the ground, Kamala's up on the turnbuckle, and he does the, I don't know if it was a headbutt or an elbow. He does like twice, and he goes up for a third time. And just as he's about to do it, Undertaker rolls up. That part scared the shit out of me. As a little kid, that was crazy. But nonetheless, this feud would keep going on to Survivor Series in a casket match, which was also really cool. And then you had Tatanka versus the Berserker. Huts! 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 And, I don't know why I did that. Tatanka won this match. Oh. This was apparently a dark match. Well, that's down. So, I didn't quite see that. But anyways, I did see this match on a DVD. It was very cool, you know. Tatanka came back in 2003. He made another appearance at a Royal Rumble, but I can't remember which one it was. Berserker was always a cool wrestler. Bizarre. I didn't really know what he was gonna do. He was the Viking. But he was cool. But anyways, I lost my train of thought. Then we get to the main event, or what I like to think is the co-main event for the Intercontinental Championship. British Bulldog versus Bret Hart. Again, you see Bret Hart talks about how it was really his match. I'm not sure why. This was all due to his sister Diane, who dated the Bulldog. There was some kind of friction. I always thought Bret Hart was the heel in this one. But it turns out that wasn't really the case. There's a rumor, and it could be true, that Davey Boy did some crack before the match. I have no idea, but anyways, it was interesting. There was a botch at some point. British Bulldog becoming the new Intercontinental Champion, which I really loved, you know. This was a good show. You saw them raise the hands, and of course Diane came in, and they exchanged words. Then she raised both their hands, and fireworks. This was a cool show. I think, you know what, like I said, this brings back a lot of memories. I started watching at this point, so it's very cool to see these guys. And this would have been, you know, being Bret Hart's second Intercontinental Championship run before heading on to November of that year and beating Ric Flair for the WWF title. This was still a good show. I mean, yeah, there were some disqualifications and countouts, but it was a very cool show. And like I said before in the beginning, WrestleMania or SummerSlam made to go overseas. I think it would do some good business, but who knows. Anyways, talk to you later.